The Newsday continues here on One News Now. I'm Diego Castro, bringing you the biggest headlines from around the world. At least 3 people were killed following a shooting incident in Auckland, New Zealand. Authorities said the fatalities include the shooter who, quote, contained himself within the elevator shaft of a building site. At least 6 other people, including police personnel, were wounded. The incident happened just hours ahead of the opening match of the Women's Soccer World Cup in the city. While there will be increased police presence, Prime Minister Chris Hipkins said the country's security threat level will be unchanged. Hipkins noted that the shooting incident appears to be isolated.
There'll be an increased police presence, obviously, around Auckland to provide public reassurance, but the police have indicated that they don't think there is an ongoing security or safety risk.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskiy lashes out at Russia for supposedly attacking its ports. Zelensky said Moscow's attacks prove that their target is not only Kyiv, but also food that are intended for shipment to its consumer countries. About 60,000 tons of agricultural products were stored at a port in Odessa, which was reportedly attacked by Russia for a second night in a row. The attacks followed Moscow's pledge of retaliation after a blast on a bridge linking Russia to the Crimean Peninsula on Monday. Shortly after that, Russia withdrew from a Black Sea grain deal that allowed for the safe export of Ukraine's grain.
Цей удар терористів доводить, що їхня мішень не лише Україна і не лише життя наших людей. У портах, які були атаковані, сьогодні зберігалося близько 1 мільйона тонн продовольства. Саме той обсяг, який вже давно мав би бути доставлений в країни-споживачі в Африці, в Азії. Кожним таким ударом ми звертаємось до партнерів. Знов і знов повітряний щит України потребує посилення.
Russia's Wagner mercenary chief Yevgeny Prigozhin tells his fighters to take no further part in the Ukraine conflict for now. A video showed Prigozhin welcoming his fighters to Belarus, the first evidence of his whereabouts since the failed mutiny last month. While he told his group to fall back from the Ukraine conflict, he ordered mercenaries to gather their strength for Africa. Wagner's failed mutiny has been interpreted by the West as a challenge to Russian President Vladimir Putin's rule. This was also noted to have illustrated the strain of the so-called special military operation in Ukraine to Moscow. We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now World. I'm Diego Castro. At least 16 people were killed and another 6 injured in a suspected case of electrocution in northern India. The deceased include a police officer and 3 personnel from the Home Guard who attempted to rescue the victims. The incident took place inside a sewage treatment plant where an electric current was suspected to have passed through railings. It was built as part of a flagship program of the Indian government that focuses on conserving the Ganga River. A magisterial inquiry has been launched into the incident. Over in Europe, Italian firefighters joined Greek forces in tackling wildfires. 4 aircraft sent from Italy and France joined the forces, while firefighters were boosted by crews from Romania, Poland, and Slovakia. Wildfires burned for a 3rd day west of Athens, destroying hectares of forest lands and homes and spurring evacuations. These are considered common in Greece, but hotter and drier summers have turned the Mediterranean into a wildfire hotspot in recent years. There has been a spike in the number of heat wave alerts issued to the public compared to last year. According to the Global Public Safety at Everbridge, heat wave alerts jumped 50% so far in 2023. Data from the Institute showed a significant rise in notifications related to air quality and heat alerts during June. The duration of the heat waves were also noted to have been getting longer, which is seen to impact the economy.
The more dominant part of what's going on now is the funding needed, to bring in all this water and to bring in and cool these centers for a prolonged period of time. So it's now become an economic drain where the resources are there, the personnel there, the procedures and policies are there. It's now, how do we support that? How do we fund a 2 to 3 week cooling operation where traditionally it's only been a couple of days? And what impact does that make on the local community?
And those are the top world headlines of the hour. Join us again at 9:45 a.m. as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. I'm Diego Castro. We are One News, all sides, all the time.